July 8, 2014, the day the Brazil die. Yes, after a humiliating defeat by 7-1, Brazil is dead. This country that showed the world how to play soccer in 1958 has been completely demoralized by Germany losing 7-1 at home in one of the worst defeats of soccer ever in a World Cup. It was far humiliating. But I like to talk about some aspects. It's going to be in a tone more like an investigative report than just commentaries, because there's some aspects of this that I like to talk about. First of all, people abroad may not know. By the way, this has nothing to do with Germany. Germany played really well the game. They had a better team than Brazil. I talked about this before the game. I said the odds are for Germany, considering that Neymar was not playing and Thiago Silva was not playing as well. And the Germans should have the odds for this game. And they are a great team and they deserve to be in the final of the World Cup. They have absolutely nothing to do with these events that I would like to discuss with you. First of all, before the Cup started, there was a lot of turmoil. The elites were complaining. They were promising a revolution. They were against Brazil. They were rooting against Brazil because they want to take over the government. Well, the new government is considering privatizing Petrobras, which is the oil company, and of course there's going to be a lot of investment in that, a lot of foreign money in that, so money that is capable to buy anything, including FIFA. Well, having said that, let's analyze some of the facts. Well, first of all, I cannot stop thinking about two games in the past. One was Brazil and Holland in 1974, and Brazil lost to Holland and showed to be a sore loser, which is a natural response. Luis Pereira got a red card. He was kicking the Hollands, the Dutch all over the place. Rivellino doing the same thing. Marinho playing dirty soccer. Brazil playing terrible, like showing very bad sportsmanship. And this was a loss to a great team by 2-0, a normal loss. Look at Zagallo's face of disagreement, disappointment, and shame of that game. That's not what happened today. Brazilians were extremely blasé, like nothing was happening, and they were losing by 7-0, playing at home. Very, very strange way, very strange performance by the Brazilians defenders. Another game that comes to my mind is a game played in 1978 between Peru and Argentina. In that match, Peru had to lose 4-0 for Argentina to move on and play the final. Well, they lost 6-0. And Peru had a brilliant team with players like Cueto, like Muñante, like Cubijas, Chumpitaz, and Velasquez. You should see the way these guys play. Like Cueto gave passes to the Argentinian, to Mario Kempes and other Argentinian players like Bertoni, and they won 6-0 in the match that was considered a shame for Peru. Peruvians thought that they sold the game to Argentinians, and Brazil played in a very similar way. The way Fernandinho played reminded me a lot of the way Cueto played. Cueto was a much better player than Fernandinho, don't get me wrong. Fernandinho should not be in the cup for on the first place, but the way he played today looked extremely suspicious. The way Dante played today, very slow moving, giving the Germans room to play. The way David Luiz played was also very strange. The way the whole team of Brazil played was quite strange. And Filipão's reaction, hey, this is a brute. This is a guy that does not accept losses. He was completely blasé about it, like nothing was happening. Brazil didn't get a single yellow card in the whole match, losing 7-0. That's not a natural response in soccer. If the other team scores 2 goals, people get upset, they start hitting. The other team kind of pulls the team back. Hey, the Germans knew that they were playing against Brazil. They knew that they were going to have to play Argentina or Holland in the final on Sunday. Why would they continue attacking and scoring and trying to humiliate Brazil? Like risking having trouble and maybe jeopardizing the match, getting red cards, getting involved in a fight with Brazil. Very strange. What are the Brazilians telling them? What was Fernandinho and Dante and these guys were telling the Germans? What was Carlos saying? Hey guys, come on in. It's free to play in Brazil's defense today. That's the way they looked. And if we consider the way the Germans have been treated by the Brazilian press through the whole week, television saying, look how friendly they are, look how good looking the German players are, they're using Brazil's most popular team's jersey, Flamengo, in a very strange way. And look the way Neymar got hurt. If you look at it again, and people are already doing this, showing on Facebook, Neymar was not barely touched by Zuniga. Maybe because it was a good idea to keep Neymar out of this game, to keep him out of the shame, so he can come back as a hero in the Olympic Games or the next World Cup. He's a still young fellow. Or Thiago Silva getting the yellow card. Maybe the guy did not want to take part in this shame, in this horrifying shame for Brazilian as a nation. Yes, people look at us in the future and going to say, look, there's a ridiculous loser there. All the Brazilian glory is over today, is destroyed by 7 goals by the Germans. Shame on you, Brazil. And this has got to be investigated because, yes, the newcomers have a lot of money coming. They could easily buy the Brazilian team. You know, people talk about the government, the current Brazilian government buying FIFA. That's a ludicrous. They would have no money for that. But how much does Petrobras cost? Keep that in mind. Shame on you, Brazil.